Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ken, your dual licensed sports chiropractor and certified athletic trainer. And today we're going to be going over the best exercises for sciatica when it's flared up so that you can have a good night's sleep. If you want to check out the exercises, check out this timestamp. First, let's go over the two types of sciatica. The first is going to be caused by the compression of the nerve from the disc. So if you can see this right here, this is your spine, and you can see this little red bulge coming out, making less space for this nerve right here. And that pinching is what causes that electrifying pain down the leg, causing sciatica. Now, the second version of the sciatica is actually compression from the muscles clamping down on the nerves, causing that electrifying pain going down to the legs. So there's gonna be two different types of exercises depending on which is causing your sciatica. So these next three exercises that we are about to go over has to be done in order. So if you can't do the first exercise, don't go on to the second or the third. Make sure you can do number one, and then if you can do that pain-free, then go to number two. If you can do number two pain-free, then go on to the third. Remember, these exercises is for the disc, causing that pinching, which shoots down that leg. This is the exercises that I would do if I had disc pain causing that pinch of the nerve, shooting down the leg. This type of sciatica is a lot more sensitive. So again, I would suggest that you go one at a time and make sure that you can do it pain-free. So if you currently have sciatica that's caused by the disc compressing the nerve, we all know that it's very difficult to actually straighten out your leg because that's gonna cause that electrifying pain. So to do this next exercise, we're gonna be going down on the floor that has a table or a couch or a bed so that we can bend our knees just like this, making sure that this knee is bent. Then our sciatic nerve is not stretched, so it's not gonna aggravate or increase your pain. Then we wanna just place our elbows right here, go about a foot away from where your elbow is, and we wanna slowly extend our lower back and hold. Coming back, extend, and hold, and back. Extend, and hold, and back. And we wanna be able to do this about 15 times total for 3 sets. Now when you hold at least for 1 to 3 seconds. So again, keep the knees bent, elbows forward on the bench or the bed or the couch, and you're just going to extend and hold. Extend and hold. That's going to be the first exercise to help reduce that pressure on that nerve that's caused by the disc, and that should help to reduce your pain so you can have a good night's sleep. Once you can do that pain-free, then we want to be standing and then do the same prone extension. So we're going to find an empty wall and we're going to put our elbows right on the wall just like this. Then we want to go about a foot away from the wall again, and then we're just going to dip our glutes or our butt towards the wall and extend our lower back, hold for about 1 to 3 seconds and come back. And we're going to repeat this again for 15 times for a total of 3 sets. So the difference here is that our legs are now straight. Our knees are not bent like how we were when we were kneeling on the ground. Now our sciatic nerve is on a slight stretch, which can sometimes cause that pain. So you have to listen to your body and exchange from the knees bent to the straight on the wall and see which one is best for you. Now, as you progress, you eventually want to be able to do a standing prone extension, just like how I showed you on the wall. Now that we can do the kneeling extension and the wall extension for our lower back to decrease that sciatic pain, now we want to strengthen the muscles around our back and our glutes. So this is the best exercise to do that. What we're going to be finding is a flat table, and we're going to be lying on our back facing the ceiling. And essentially what we want to do is a glute bridge. Now when we do this, this is called the hook lying position, which is our back is straight, our knees are bent at about 90, and we're just resting our feet flat on the ground. What we want to do is we want to do a pelvic tilt up to try and flatten our lower back against the table, and then use our heels to push up towards the ceiling. Now, when we do this, we want to hold again for 1 to 3 seconds and come back down. Again, so this is a 2-step process. So the first step is going to be to pelvic tilt to flatten our lower back just a little bit. And then we're gonna use our heels to push our pelvis up. And then we're gonna hold for about 1 to 3 seconds. Now this is really gonna engage our hamstrings, our glutes, and our lumbar extensors. And these muscles is what's going to protect our spine. Now again, we're gonna go here, pelvic tilt, flatten that lower back, use our heels to push off the ground and shoot our hips to the sky. Again, hold for 1 to 3 seconds and then come back down. Now we're gonna do this a total of 10 times for 3 sets. Now you can take about a 2 to 3 minute break in between each set, but you wanna do at least 10 and a total of 3 sets. Try it out. If your sciatica pain is caused by your muscles, stay tuned because we're about to go over the best stretches to help reduce your pain. Before we move on, remember when the muscle is clamping down on that nerve, it can cause that same symptom, very similar symptoms to your sciatic pain that might be caused by your discs. If you are still experiencing pain, maybe try out these exercises because maybe your sciatica is actually caused by your muscles. So this is the first exercise, the mobility exercise to reduce the tension on your muscles so that your sciatic nerve can actually breathe and you'll experience less pain. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding a flat surface and we're going to be in this hook lying position again. Our lower back is going to be straight, our knees are bent a little bit, and our feet planted on the ground. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a figure 4 stretch just like this. My right leg is going to be going over my left knee just like this, and it's going to be in a figure 4. What I want to do first is I want to press this knee down as much as I can and lock out this elbow. Then there's going to be some pressure on this left knee and we're going to lean over to the right. And we want to try and get this knee as close to the ground as possible while I maintain some pressure on the knee. So we're currently getting external rotation at the right hip and internal rotation at the left at the same time. So again, we're going here all the way down, just like that. And if you want to stabilize, you can keep your other hand on your hip. And we're going to repeat this a total of 15 times. So again, we want to try and get both knees all the way to the ground and back. And hold, lock out that elbow. Now, if we were to do the opposite side, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to go back into our starting hook lying position. We're going to be doing a figure 4, left leg over our right knee, pushing our hand straight into that knee, locking it out, which applies a little bit more pressure right here. And we're going to use that to our advantage to bring this hip or knee down all the way while we're maintaining that pressure on that knee with our elbows locked. And coming back up, and we're going to repeat and try and get this hip all the way down. And we're going to repeat this a total of 15 times. Now you should feel a good internal stretch on this hip and a nice external stretch on the side that your hand is on. The final exercise and one of the most effective stretches for sciatic pain is going to be this standing pigeon stretch. What we're going to be doing is finding a little bit of a taller table, perhaps a couch or your bed. We're going to be externally rotating our leg just like this. And we want to keep our ankle and our knee flat on the surface and then sit our butt down and just hang out right here. We're gonna notice a good stretch on that right hip or whichever leg that is up on the table. Now when we do this, we can lean forward and you're gonna find that it's gonna be a deeper stretch. We wanna hold this for about 15 seconds. And then we're gonna switch to the opposite side. So the opposite side is going to look like this. We're gonna bring that left leg over onto that bed or couch. We wanna keep that ankle and knee flat on the surface and sink our butt straight down. And we can use our arms to go forward and breathe into that stretch. You're gonna feel that nice glute, the hip stretch right in this region. That's right where that sciatic nerve goes through. And that's right where that muscle tends to clamp down. So by doing this stretch, you can release that piriformis muscle. Because you address that tension or that tightness of that piriformis muscle, now your nerve has more space to breathe, and you should feel like you have unlocked hips and you're pain reducing so that you can get a good night's sleep. I hope you're able to find some relief using these exercises for your sciatica. I hope that you're able to get a good night's sleep and that your pain starts to reduce as you stay consistent with these exercises. We have more video on sciatica and lower back pain in these videos right here. So check it out and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Aloha.